Hi, and welcome. Today I want to talk to you about the American Dream. You've probably heard of the American Dream before. If you've ever read a book like Great Gatsby, it takes on the American Dream, both good and bad, in many facets, and actually can be found in a lot of places in literature. You can also may have heard of it in your social studies class, which may have looked at the many historical contexts and the many different kinds of American dreams, all the way from founding America with the Puritans to present day. But today we're going to do something different. Today, we're going to focus the American dream on you. So today we're going to talk and be writing about the attainability of the American dream. By attainability, we mean that it's possible or capable of existing. We'll discover this through a research-based essay. So, what is the American dream? Well, it's a common phrase with multiple meanings. But for the most part, we're talking about this ideal of equality of opportunity being available to any and all Americans. And we're allowing the highest ambition and goals to be achieved. Now, you and I can debate for ages and ages on whether this truly exists. And that's kind of what we're going to do today. Before we continue, I want you to have an opportunity to express your thoughts to someone, anyone. Your parents, if they're sitting with you, your siblings, if they're around, a friend, a family, somebody. Or at least think to yourself, what is your American dream? Can you achieve it? I'm going to give you about 3 minutes here to think about it. And if you can, talk about it with someone. If you are talking to someone, see if they have the same dream. Or if you both think or don't think it's attainable. I'll see you back in a flip. Hey, welcome back. Okay, so to investigate the attainability of the American dream, we will first generate a claim or claims about the attainability of the American dream, and 2, conduct research to support your choice. So let's prepare. What will you need to complete this project? Well, first, you're going to need the American Dream preparation sheet. You're going to also need the resource list, which is on the next slide. That's where we're going to start our research. Let's go take a look at that. Okay, so let's look at each of these pieces. The first comes from 2013, and it's a CNN opinion piece which looks at, quote, the most unequal place in America. And as you see, it's solid length, and you might be able to tell from the title alone that it doesn't offer the most glittering look at the American dream. The second features recordings from World War I. If you think back to the time of the American dream really hit popularity of Gatsby's time in the 20s, we were coming right out of World War I. So this offers some unique perspective from a lot of sources, and it's from the Library of Congress. Our third source is an article from theweek.com, and it discusses the dream's attainability. Perfect for our piece, right? Our fourth is from the Chicago Tribune. This piece from 2013 looks at a Northwestern Mutual poll and its findings, and it goes really in depth about it. The fifth is from The Guardian. It's from 2012, and it goes in depth about the American Dream and Gatsby. So whether you've read the book or not, and honestly, if you're listening to this and you're in the 11th grade or in the 12th grade, actually probably more likely, you've probably more than likely read this book. And when it comes to American literature, it almost always gets taught in some facet. So it's kind of why we lean heavily on it when we talk about the American dream. All of these are where your research is going to start, but it's not where it's going to conclude. All right, I want to take you now into a deeper look at your prompt. If you haven't already, grab your American Dream preparation sheet. Pause it here if you need to go find it. Got it? Okay. Follow along as I read the prompt aloud. Conduct research on the meaning of the American dream. Then, write a research-based essay making a claim about how attainable you believe the American dream to be. You should support your argument with examples and counterexamples from literature, such as The Great Gatsby, and evidence generated through independent research. You can use the resource list as our starting point, obviously. All right, let's dig a little deeper. Now you and I are going to focus on the literal task at hand. You will highlight or underline the task. What is being asked of you? If you answered, then write a research-based essay making a claim about how attainable you believe the American dream to be. You got it. If not, again, think about what it's asking you to do. Yes, you're going to make up a claim. Yes, you're going to support it. But your main goal is to write a research-based essay. All right, next, this one is on you. In the provided box, rephrase the prompt in easy to understand language. Give yourself about 90 seconds to do this.
American dream. He's just a common man, working hard with his hands. He's just a common man, working hard for the man.
you'll take, let's say, about 5 minutes, pause if you need more, to answer the remaining questions for number 1. This will ask you to make a claim. Think about your prior knowledge and make a working thesis. Catch you back here in 5. Okay, you've been sitting here a while. You need a brain break. Take 60 seconds. That doesn't sound very long. I know. It's okay. Go. Listen for the timer to run out and come meet me back here. But go take a brain break. I need you ready to go. Isn't that better? Alright, you're free to talk this through with someone else. But either way, we need to revisit your working thesis on number 3 of that preparation sheet. So do as it requests. Revisit it. Think about the research you've done, and has your attitude changed? If so, reflect those changes in your new working thesis. If not, rewrite your working thesis in this new language. Next, we need to create a real thesis. Let's take a look at a good example of one from Quilt of a Country by Anna Quindlen. Quilt of a Country, by the way, is another source you're welcome to reference as far as the literature side of things goes. It's actually an informational text, but 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other here. Here's Quindlen's thesis. Follow along as I read aloud. America is an improbable idea. A mongrel nation built of ever-changing, disparate parts. It is held together by a notion, the notion that all men are created equal, though every one knows that most men consider themselves better than someone. Let's discuss. What makes this defendable? Well, note that first section, America is an improbable idea, a mongrel nation built of ever-changing, disparate parts, shows the paper's central purpose. We know what Quindlen's going to get at here. She doesn't think very highly of America, or at least the American dream. If you look at that second part, held together by a notion, the notion that all men are created equal, though everyone knows that most men consider themselves better than someone. This is developing the claim. That's what we aim for in writing. Now, let's go create you a thesis just like that, in Quindlen style. A claim and developing it, all in one beautiful sentence. Use Quindlen's thesis as your guide, and create your thesis in the box provided. It's under the outlining section. While you're at it, now take the time to outline your paper, pointing out the 3 topics you plan to claim and cover, and the sources you plan on using. Remember, you want examples proving your point and counterexamples proving against your point that you will argue against. Pause the video here and meet back with me when you're ready for that final step. Alright, almost done. You need to record your MLA citations in alphabetical order. Go look at all the research you've done and the sources specifically you plan on using. Take the MLA citations you created before and put them in alphabetical order. You're going to do this in the number 5 graphic organizer. The good news is, whenever you actually go to create this paper at the end, after you've drafted it and edited it and all this jazz, there's your... Lastly, you're ready to begin drafting this essay. Remember, all good essays have an intro featuring your thesis, a body, and a conclusion. Also, when using quotes, definitely parenthetically cite them, and you should always introduce them into context and explain them afterwards, rationalizing why you use them. Otherwise, it's just a random quote. And your paper should never make someone go, ah, what just happened? That's what quotes do without proper context. I thank you so much for listening, and I hope this helps you. Keep in mind, a research-based essay comes up again and again and again. From high school, through college, through anything in life. You have to know how to research properly and cite what you know.